How's it going, guys? This is RaiderKnight, and today we are reviewing the Shower Thought Reddit. If you guys don't know what that means, it means it's essentially, interesting quotes, interesting sayings. Some of them are memes, etc., that people just come up with randomly that are, kind of, interesting. So let's jump right into it. So Rapunzel's neck must have been really strong. With how much like hair she had, I mean, yeah. How much hair do you think she had in terms of like how much pounds of hair do you think Rapunzel has? You know, the princess with all the long hair. It had to be so much that you probably couldn't even move barely. So, yeah, that one's pretty funny. Food is grilled on a grill, barbecued on a barbecue, toasted in a toaster, microwaved in a microwave, but not ovened in an oven. I think I say ovened sometimes. I don't know. What do we say when we put it in the oven? We say baked. That's what we say. We say it's being baked. So, yeah, that you are correct. But maybe we should start saying ovened. Microtransactions aren't really micro anymore. They're just transactions, and they keep going up in price too. Pretty soon it's going to be like each one's just a brand new game you're purchasing because it's so much money for barely anything. So I don't even buy it. A lot of microtransactions I don't even pay for. Refrigerators in the Midwest are working to keep food warm. You're not wrong. It's like super cold outside. Every time I have to go, like, if you guys didn't know, we got a new puppy not that long ago. Every time I have to go outside to take that puppy outside or whatever so it can, do its thing, it's just awful because it's so cold outside. I don't even want to stay out there for like more than 5 minutes, even with a full blown like jacket, hat, coat, everything. I mean, it's cold. It really is pretty cold outside. No generation has ever looked at an upcoming generation and said, these kids will be alright. You're not wrong, but I think, a lot of people diss my generation, which is the Gen Z, aka the normies who made up memes, but I mean, the meme generation, we're gonna be top tier level of intellect. Dab. All right. That probably didn't help my case very much. Our eyes can see stars that are thousands or millions of light years away, yet they can't even see where a pencil lands if it falls off a desk. True that. Silent movies must be incredibly boring for blind people. That kind of makes it kind of sad, to be honest, because you go back to the time where you could only watch silent movies. Imagine if you're a blind person during that time. That's kind of depressing, to be honest. The Mario Kart series has been around for over 26 years now and has not had a bad game. Debatable, because a lot of people didn't really like number 8 that much, and a lot of people didn't really like number 7 that much. I kind of like both, but then again, how can you mess up a racing game? You gotta really screw up to mess up a racing game, so it's kind of hard to mess up a racing game in general, so not really a realistic question because racing games are just, racing. They're nothing else. So, of course, it doesn't have a bad game because you really can't mess up a racing game unless you really, really, really mess up. Since smoking marijuana causes short-term memory loss, what does smoking marijuana do? Answer me that, normies. Answer me that. People seem to ignore just how dirty cash is, and y'all thought our phones had a lot of germs. It's debatable. I think phones have way more germs than money. Yes, people use money a lot, but it's mostly just in our wallets and nobody touches it until they use it. So, I think this one's probably wrong, to be completely honest. It depends how old it is, too, because a lot of money in circulation right now is pretty new from what I've seen lately. It's a lot of newer money that I've been getting, and I still find some older dollar bills and older coins like here and there, but I mean those are mostly just like I don't know, kind of random to find nowadays. Finding water on another planet is NASA's wet dream. I think they already did find water on another planet. Didn't they find some on Mars, or am I just not know what? Do I just not know what I'm talking about? I don't know. After using dark mode for so long, light mode just seems unnatural. Does that mean I have to switch this into light mode? Oh, they're not wrong. It's unnatural, alright, okay. Judging by teen depression and anxiety rates, it would be a good time for emo music to make a comeback. It kind of already is. Emo music is already on the comeback, but it's mostly emo rap, the mumble rap crap. It's kind of like, I don't know, low beat stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what's popular right now. Finishing school is like beating the final boss in the game, and then finishing college is having to beat that boss again in a more difficult form. Not to mention that the final boss, college, will also use up all your potions, all your gold, and all your resources. So, not wrong. Our eyes are capable of seeing objects that are billions of light years away from Earth. True, but it's also incorrect at the same time. If objects were tiny that far away, we wouldn't be able to see them, but since we're talking about these massive stars that are literally gigantic, the light travels all the way here so we can actually process them. The song you choose for your funeral song essentially becomes the ending credits theme song to your life. Huh, that's a good way of thinking about it. Very positive. What would my funeral song be? I have to choose a good one. Crab Rave for sure. You gotta end it with Crab Rave. I think that's the only funeral song that matters. Godzilla would be much more terrifying if it moved similar to an actual lizard. You're not wrong, but at the same time, Godzilla isn't supposed to be like that. It's a giant monster that walks on 2 feet for a reason, because that's how the story is. Jeez. Raiders triggered. Alright. Actually, have you guys seen that new Godzilla movie trailer lately? I really want this movie to be good. It looks like they're really starting to actually make kind of an interesting plot. Like, it looks like they're trying to do something a little bit more interesting with the plot for this one, and I'm kind of, you know what? I'm kind of hyped for this one. It looks alright. I don't know if it's going to be actually good or not, but I really hope it is, because I like the trailer, and I really think the story could be interesting. Maybe Bigfoot or Sasquatch is just a modern day Wookiee that traveled from far, far away. Maybe it is Chewbacca. Space could be an ocean, and our planet is just a little habitat. And if you go far enough in the right direction, you could leave the ocean and step onto a massive alien planet. We could all just be microscopic bacteria unaware that our universe is under the surface. Well, you're not wrong. There will be a day where Fortnite closes its servers just like Club Penguin did, and that will be the greatest day of all time. The biggest diss in the mid 2000s was removing someone from your top 8 on MySpace. I actually never used MySpace, but then again I was like 5 years old when it was still relevant, so yeah. A lot of smart people are not successful, and a lot of successful people aren't smart. It really just depends on the person, and it depends on luck. A lot of that just depends on luck. AirPods look like iron boots in Minecraft. They kind of do, to be completely honest. Now would be an acceptable time to play Baby It's Cold Outside. I mean, it sure is cold. I'm getting sick of it too. If it's cold where you live, tell me below. It's like freezing where I live. It's been like, I think it was -2 one day. I think that's the coldest it's got here. I know it's worse in other places like Minnesota and Iowa, where they're getting like negative, what's it, -10, 20 something. Crazy stuff. So, I don't know. It's cold here though. I don't even like -2. Anything below 5 degrees, I think that's when it gets too cold outside where I live. I'm fine, even if it's a little bit above 5 degrees. I mean, you can go outside. It's alright if you have like a coat and everything, but Once you get down to the really cold stuff, it's like, nope, I'm not going outside. Beyblades are war dreidels. I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, it would have made more sense to call Beyblades battle fidget spinners, pretty much, because that's what they are. Disney actually made a remake of a remake. There was The Jungle Book, then Disney made the animation to it, and later a live action movie. And I've watched all three, so yeah, you are correct. I'm trying to think of which one I like the best. Probably the animated one. The first one wasn't that bad, and the new one was kind of stale. It was all right though. I think all of them weren't that bad, to be completely honest. Millions of stick figures have died due to Hangman. What's the actual number on that? I think that's a good spot to end it though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Remember to hit subscribe to help save the poor stick figures out there, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.